guys, it's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. I am on my way driving right now to California. I'm currently in Arizona, so it's going to be a 6-hour drive. I'm in the Corvette Z06, and now that we kind of launched the subgroup within TechBud Solutions, mobile investments, which is the buying and selling of cars, what better time to talk about cars when I'm driving in one. So I kind of have that like layout usually when I'm talking about trading penny stocks in my trading area at my house, but now I just felt it only felt right to be talking about buying and selling cars when I'm here in my Z06. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself if you guys haven't done so already. I uploaded a video a couple months ago, if that, talking about how I bought and sold 5 different cars within 2016, and I made a little bit over $10,000 profit. Again, not a large amount of profit, but I did it with cars that people usually think are very just materialistic cars, or cars that are usually just more sought after as people that are wealthy, right? Only people that are wealthy and that can take the depreciation can own those cars. And I'm here to tell you that I've developed, not myself, but I've learned this type of this concept of being able to buy my dream cars and sell them for a profit, if not break even, and I've been able to do so with multiple cars, and I've been able to do it so many times that now I get asked the question so often, what is it that I do for a living? Do I do anything special? And when I initially bought these cars, it was a matter of savings, and that's how I bought the cars, right? But you can do this really with any cars depending on what it is that you're trying to get into. So I just wanted to see if I could expose you guys to the idea or the market of buying and selling cars, and to see if I can spark interest into some of our viewers, and just open and being able to network new ideas, right? We just started this group, a subgroup within TechBud Solutions that deals with solely just buying and selling cars. At the moment, it's not very active just because I don't have an actual group leader, just because my main role right now is taking care and managing the 5,500 members plus worldwide that we have within TechBud Solutions. So being able to manage the couple hundred people that we have within mobile investments, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me, and if not impossible to fulfill that role when it comes to the type of quality that we want to provide within mobile investments. So let me go ahead and get right into it. So like many of you, what got me interested in buying and selling cars? Well, I've always been a huge fan, and I love the idea of owning a series of cars. And what better way to own a series of cars if you can make money while doing so? So the biggest thing is understanding your market, understanding whatever car that it is that you're choosing to buy, that you understand that you're getting a good buy. It sounds very simple, but it tends to be a concept that isn't very easily executed by a majority of the people. It comes to like the buying and selling of houses, the buying and selling of penny stocks. It's a very simple concept, but it's very difficult for people to master. Although a lot of people build businesses solely on this type of marketing concept, or this type of business of car dealers and stuff like that. So I'm going to start off by saying, what really got me interested in this buying and selling of cars was the Fast and the Furious series. Me and my brother, that is about 15 years, I believe, 10 or 15 years older than me. He doesn't tell me his age very often. So my brother now owns a car dealership, and he deals with this buying and selling of cars. And I was exposed to this, in a sense, market very early within my years, right? So I knew that there was this margin of profit that people were able to capitalize on, but sometimes chose not to. And I never really understood why people always paid, premium for a specific price of a car. Some people have the money, some people don't, but usually when you try to buy your first car, you tend to go for something a little bit more eco-friendly, just because it's what you can afford, because it's what usually people recommend, and maybe you're not exposed to this specific market where you can actually buy and own your dream car and make a profit off of it. People usually say, get a Toyota Camry, it's a very reliable car, the depreciation won't be much of a hit, but anytime you buy any car brand new off the dealer, instantly, they say you lose like 20 to 40% of whatever the market value is on that car. And I think that's, like, no matter where I am, or no matter like what position I am in life, I never feel comfortable taking that type of hit. I've never bought in a car right off the dealer and taken a hit like that. And the sole purpose purpose for that was I didn't want to. I didn't want to take a huge depreciation, or didn't want to take the hit of losing a bunch of money. No matter how much money I make, no matter how much money you make, if you can justify that, then so be it. But these are for the people that want to maximize the amount of profit that they want to make and sell it for a profit. So I think the beautiful thing that we've been able to create is, I have my Corvette Z06. I got it for an amazing deal. I had my Nissan GTR. I got it for an amazing deal and sold it. And I bought my M3. I had it for a couple months driving it, and then I sold it. I did this with a series of, performance cars, if not supercars, and I continue to do this and generate an extra source of income solely by understanding, the specific car that I'm buying, the marketplace, and being, just aware that of this market, that I can make money while owning these cars. I can be driving my investment and sell it for a profit. And that's really what I want you guys to be exposed to. I think one of the biggest things that you guys have to understand is that, it's not going to be like, it's not going to come super easy to you, but because that market is out there, it's just a matter of you doing the research. I mean, there's a series of platforms that you have available and have access to be able to use and get a better understanding on what the market price is. I think the best way to identify what the car's value is and what people at the lowest point are willing to pay for it is if you call a dealership and you ask how much they're willing to give you for your car. Even if you haven't bought it yet, what you can do is you can simply call the dealership or visit a dealership and be like, hey, it's a car that you're thinking of buying. Let's say, a 2015 Toyota Prius. Hey, I have a 2015 Toyota Prius. How much will you give me for my trade-in? Again, this is a business that's designed to make money off of it. So although they're going to give you a trade-in credit, they're going to want to make a profit off of it. So if they can do it and give you a specific price point, then that specific price point that they give you is a number that you should be shooting for. And the reason I say that is because that almost gives you, the support when it comes to trading penny stocks. That's kind of like the lowest point, right? Currently in the market that you're in, and for the next 30 days, that is the lowest point, a dealer is willing to give you. And you can call a series of dealerships in effort to get a better understanding on what the actual true value is. There's Kelley Blue Book, there's, the Carfax report that you can get that gives you like an instant value and can give you an instant trade-in value. So if you buy a car for lower than that, then you know that you're getting a good deal and you know that you can sell it for a profit. And I think that's the beautiful thing. It's just about, you need to understand that you need to work for it, and that, no one's just going to hand you these deals. A technique that I've been able to learn and develop was how to get such a good deal. And it's being persistent, consistent, and, patient. And I think the most beautiful thing about this is that, I get to meet a bunch of people. I've made so many friends because of the different cars that I've owned, that it's opened so many more doors for me. And I want to make sure that you guys are exposed, to this opportunity as well. So I just wanted to make a video kind of breaking down on what it is that, we do when it comes to buying and selling of cars. And it's going to create, this community of entrepreneurs, if not investors, that can give you a better understanding on, the specific car that you're buying, giving you like a second quote. Let's say you're trying to buy, again, a 2015 Toyota Prius. You say, okay, I want to buy it for $10,000. Oh wait, look, I just found it here for, $8,000. You're not getting the best deal. So with that, you can be a little bit more patient and see and make a bunch of offers at that $8,000. See if it fills, right? See if someone eventually accepts your offer. That's where I'm talking about being patient. And then once it does, once someone's willing to make the deal happen, then you can buy the car, relist it, drive it while you're, while you own it, and then you create this extra stream of income, and you get to own a series of different cars depending on whatever cars that you want to own. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware that that market was out there. There's a bunch of dealerships and huge corporations that are, solely built on this, kind of business platform. And for individuals, us being able to focus on a specific car and model can make us experts, right? And with that, become experts on that specific car and model, and you tend to build a sense of just a business platform and a customer base for that specific car. So, I think this can open a lot of doors for other, entrepreneurs that weren't too aware of that specific, opportunity. So I just wanted to make, again, this introduction video. I hope you guys found it helpful. The link is going to be provided for you down below if you guys would like to join the Facebook platform. And once you join TechBuild Solutions, there's going to be a link to the group chat where you can actually meet and link up and network with all these hundreds of entrepreneurs worldwide. So I really hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. And that's it. Thank you guys again, and take care.